Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today, what I'm going to show you is how we do a lime finish over a post. Now the fella says, gee Kirk, you got to do it. I watched several of your videos and you put all this wonder board. Do we got to put wonder board or Durarock or any number of gypsum boards over this? And I said, no, we do not have to do that. Instead, what we've done is I put this plaster weld on it. Why did I do that with a brush? Because now it seals the post. And then I put this mesh on it, and I actually allowed that plaster weld to dry because if it's wet, this mesh tape won't adhere. And this mesh tape here is actually for a Wonderboard type of cementitious product, but yes, it will work here. Whereas fiber-based mesh tape won't work on Wonderboard, but Wonderboard tape will work for this. Anyway, what we're going to do is, today all I'm doing is a base coat on this. And I'm going to use a thin set. It's a thin set type of plaster that we use for tile. I'll show you how we do that. Jay, of course, already mixed this stuff up, and he added some acrylic admix in it because that makes it easier to apply, and it gives it a little bit more waterproof abilities. Not that this is ever going to get wet. Anyhow, this is what we do. Say, for example, what I'll do is I put the corners on too, by the way. The corners are my guides. Without the corners, I can be here forever. I just wouldn't be able to get an accurate, a straight corner. Just couldn't do it. I have done corners by eye, but man, that sure takes a long time. Here's what we do. We put it on, we're using the actual corners now for guides. We put it here, just roll it straight up. I can close my eyes or look the other way because I'm using these corners right here as my guides. So that being said, I'll show you one more piece at the top. And put it here, the top. If we get any on the ceiling, that's okay. We can just wipe it right off. That's a painted surface up there. The idea is to get enough on, that way when we pull it upward, it's done. Okay, here, we're going to push that in there and pull it down. And again, these are guys. One last thing I'll point out, guys, if you ever have Simpson strong ties or any ties, take your hammer and tap those guys in hard. Otherwise, this pole won't be true and plumb. You'll see the outline of that. Then once that's done, you can go ahead and, my bad. And what this is, again, this is the beginning stages of a lime finish. He wants something real pretty and decorative in here, and I don't blame him. It's going to look cool. We're going to do this. We're going to do a base coat, and then we're going to do a lime finish. I'll actually show it all to you guys. Okay, guys, back. A couple days ago, we did this base coat. A lot of ways to do a base coat, guys. Everybody got their own method. This fella chose Flex Bond. You can a lot of different materials: Flex Bond, Polybond, thin set. Okay, what we're doing is a Deco Lime now. This Deco Lime is going over this right here. I'll show you real quick how we do this, guys. We still have got to do the finish coat with Muralime. And the fella here has chosen a color to match those the tile cabinets. I'm going sideways rather than put it here and pull it up because all my excess would fall right off, guys. And here is where we have the Simpson strong ties up here. So I'm aware that there is that bracket there. Just for the sake of showing you folks something, we have on this pillar here corners. If you want to embed those corners, guys, you can do that. Let me show you how we embed those corners. Okay, here's the Simpson strong tie over here, and the heads were right here, so we had to break them down. We had to fill that up. Sometimes it bows out if it hits a screw. I'll show you how I do this, guys. I'm putting it fat. Why am I putting it on fat? Because I want to reinforce these corners a little bit. This stuff is it's not the most structurally strong, but it is one of the prettiest finishes you could have. Okay, now that we got it like this, I'll just show you one corner. There's a little bit of fat on this corner here. What's a little bit of fat mean? Now I take my wing tool. Wing tool, guys, come up here and come down. Now what that does is it gives me a little extra mud on that corner. Do we need extra mud on that corner? Sometimes. Okay, now I take my trowel here. Come on down. Then I'm still going to smooth that out, but that's ready now for my finish coat, which we're going to do the finish coat soon. When I get to that stage, I'll show you, but you don't have to use that wing tool, guys. I just thought I'd show it to you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish this, then we'll show you the final coat. Okay, guys, now that we have the base coat, what I'm doing is the owner basically wanted to match inside color here. And so we're giving him what he wants. If you want to, what I'm doing is, this is so small, I'm just not even using a hawk. Just putting it on my trowel and putting it on here. Taking it up here, there's my first coat, putting it here, putting my, then I'm putting another coat right over. I'm just going around the whole thing. It's so warm today, it's sucking right in, so fast as I put one coat, I can put another one on. This is natural lime plastering. That natural stuff, it's really good. It's a beautiful finish. It leads to a lot of conversation pieces, and it's good for the environment. It's breathable. It's got a lot of benefits. If you really want to see all the benefits, go to Eco Stucco and type on the benefits of it. It's got truly a lot. And the last thing I'm going to do is, in about 15 minutes, I'm going to take a brush, and what we do is we allow this to set. This is going to set about 15 minutes. We take the brush, I hit it sideways, just about like that, and get the clinkers off. Then I lightly buff it out. This again, it will buff it, polish it, give it a sheen, and then the sealer can be on it. It's a lot of work for just a little post, but if you look around here, the fellow here had a pretty good imagination, and it's going to be a conversation piece. Cool. All right, guys, now we've got the final coat. This is Muralime, and what I do is I take my little handy dandy throwaway brush and I hit the sides. I don't use the tip, I just use the sides. I'll gently go up, and anytime I have some lines, I just keep hitting it, and that is what we call the completion. This thing is somewhat smooth like glass. It should match that, and if you touch it, even though it's lime cement, it'll feel just as smooth as this right here. Anyhow, if you like some of the stuff we've done, please feel free to go above this video and click on subscribe. And if you have questions, because there's a million different ways to do this, click below the video and to the comments or questions, and I'll be sure to answer them. Anyhow, guys, this is Kirk and Jason with Kirk Giordano Plastering. We thank you for watching, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one.